Whoop that. Whoa, oh, wait. Okay. No. The song is over. Oh, my goodness. You're back. My European brother now. It's Mr. Young, by the way.
And it's foreign in the building with the low fucking. My voice is improved since the last time we talked, but my God, my body clock hasn't, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got to talk about your big Euro tour, just like the WWE, just like TKO. Yeah. Our boy Foreign has been touring Europe, man. How are you doing, buddy?
I love it. But it's like, it's a case of missed opportunity, bro. You know what I mean? Like okay. I was in London. I was in London on the same weekend as the UEFA Champions League finals. But then I had to fly off to Germany, so I missed the FA Cup finals there. You know, I could have been at Wembley if I wanted to, or like walk around the area.
Right.
And then when I was the week after, it was the Champions League finals. But it was also in Wembley in London. But by that time, I'm already in Germany already. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I was in Germany for like a few days. But then I was there a week too early because the Euro 2024 championships were in Germany also. I'm like,
it's okay. The vacation was not for you. It was for you and the people you love. Sometimes we can't always have what we want, but that's okay because we got what we need.
Spoken from true experience, Mr. Young.
Heck
so many times must compromise with the partner.
Yeah. Cannot complain. At the end of the day, you know what? You got to give some, you got to take some. It's life. That's life, right?
It's true. I also heard from one of our listeners, right? Gaddafi. Isn't he apparently going to be in Scotland and Glasgow to watch Clash at the Castle?
That's what I heard as well. So,
my God.
It's going to have a lot of fun. You know?
Yeah. And we'll be talking about Clash at the Castle as well, right?
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to do this upcoming Sunday, 12 midnight. I'm going to do a live stream. Watch along. Nice. So if you want to come watch Clash at the Castle, Scotland with me, 12 midnight to 3 a.m., I think I should be able to stay up lah. Should be lah. No problem lah.
I think maybe my body clock still will allow me to be on your time. So I think it should be fun.
Bro, you on that Europe time, so Ken. You just like for 1 week, don't fix your sleep schedule.
Bro, but Euro time is damn shook, you know, like, okay, so if it's like 12 a.m. here in Singapore time, right? Yeah. It's only 6 p.m. over there. So it's just about to be dinner time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's catch up and say hello to all the wonderful people in chat, by the way. It's good to be back doing the live thing as well. Saleh, what's up? Diff Royalty, Jason, how y'all doing? Feel free to say hi if you're hanging out in the chat as well. We'd love to see you. And as always, if you haven't already joined us on the Discord, link is in the description. And also, we have a Patreon line in case you didn't know. You're like, I love these two guys and their take on wrestling, their take on life. In fact, you want to support us, take it to the next level, head to our Patreon page.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Even on my European holiday, I remember got this one guy, I won't say names lah. He DM me, he's like, hey, yo, Foro, you know, I understand you're on holiday, I appreciate it, but can I get the kick to the gut mug or not? I want to buy the mug. And I told him, you know, very nicely, I said, okay, you have to be a kick to the gut champion member tier, then you can get free merch and all that. Then he said, I'll think about it lah, but can I buy the mug first or not?
Right.
So yeah, so I think I've made it an edict that, you know, if you guys want to purchase our merch, we strongly encourage you guys to be part of our Kick to the Gut Championship tier. Yep. But you just want to buy specific merch or you die, see the mug, you want to own that mug, be part of Kick to the Gut community, no problem. You can buy it directly. Yes, you can DM your boys on Kick to the Guts Instagram, and they will name the price. Everybody's got a price for the $1 million man.
And here's the thing, right? It's not just a pai sui thing. No, I actually use it. I show you dirty inside my teh. I actually use this mug, and I can confirm the hardiness of this mug. I've been using it every morning for my tea.
Nice, appreciate it, brother. The quality is there. You know what? we will only charge you for the shipping because we shipping this thing for overseas. I don't play. These are legit quality. So you know what? If you guys are interested, let us know. But thank you so much for being a Patreon member. We also have some new members, Mr. I don't know whether you've seen it while I was away. We got a Statement who's a member now.
Yes, Statement Andrew Tang. He's going to be somewhere on the scroller in just a little while. Want to just basically say thank you so very much for all of you helping us pursue our dreams. I know you love wrestling, we love wrestling, you love us talking shit about wrestling, and talking about the good stuff also. It's not just talking shit, okay? Let's be real. We're spreading the love for pro wrestling.
Yeah, man. I mean, with whatever you guys are supporting, this will really help us keep doing this on a permanent basis, essentially. Because we are not just doing this like atas kicap. We're really making it consistent. You know why? Because we do have sponsors as well. So
that's right.
This is legit operation. I mean, half legit lah.
Talking about that, hey, don't say stuff like that when we're talking about our sponsors, huh? Okay,
no, for sure.
We're joking, of course. Let's give a shout out to Miraj Advisory for helping support our dreams to do what we love, and that's talk about wrestling. They are the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Go check them out, and if you haven't already, they're helping us, so let's help them back, right? Let's drop them a follow on their Instagram page right here.
Yeah, man. Oh, word on the street is that they are interested in going to check out Dual Destinies. Just saying. Okay. Grapple Max. So yeah.
You saw them in an episode of the podcast a couple of weeks ago on our YouTube page. They were at the SPW event. They had so much fun. It was. I think we need to do more stuff like that as well. Sort of an impromptu, and quote unquote nonsense with some of the wrestlers.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if you really like our post-show style, we'll do more of it. Dual of Destinies could be another opportunity.
Yeah.
We might even, engage some of our peeps, our community. Can you guys want to see like Dave or Saleh doing more interviews? Let us know as well. More than happy.
Only if Saleh wears his backpack. He is now backpack boy to me.
Correct, the backpack intern. Oh my god, we need a round 2 between Saleh and Kelvin, right, on the mic. And then later on in the ring.
Hey, don't so bad lah, huh? He might have taken the L lah, Saleh, from Kelvin the last time.
Poor fella.
See, you know what we need or not from Saleh? We need like a training montage, bro. Yes. You go in training, we do training montage for him. Then round 2 with Kelvin. Let's see.
But you know what will be the case? I think Miraj Advisory will be happy to support that particular challenge, and not just our challenge, the community of wrestling as well, trying to get it back to Miraj Advisory.
Absolutely. So once again, thank you so much, Miraj, for helping us do what we love to do. Once again, guys, go check out their content. It's really awesome. And they support us as you support us as well, and we appreciate it all.
Yes, please follow them on their social media. And I know for some reason, if you guys been watching this and you guys see their stuff and you haven't followed, I don't understand why not. Just follow them on their social media. That will really help their stuff and boost their profile. And they will continue supporting the podcast. So let's go.
Absolutely. Hey, talking about support, I mean, very quickly, I know we didn't put it in the title or anything like that, right? But can we talk about Dante Chen and how this upcoming NXT episode, we are going to see the return of something we haven't seen in a while because, I guess it hasn't been very PR, right? They moved it away from calling it a Singapore Cane, but because now we have a Singapore-born wrestler, they're like, all right, let's bring the name back. A Singapore Cane match.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's bound to happen, right? Come on, the moment Dante Chen signed with WWE, I know, okay, I tell you, one time going to be the one feud. He's going to have a blow-off match. It's going to be a Singapore Cane match.
Okay,
it's
so
inevitable.
The thing about this whole feud is, and I'm not going to lie, right? I haven't been watching too much NXT. The whole Dante Chen thing made me watch NXT again. And I'm actually glad that they are using Robert Stone a little bit more as well. He's sort of like the assistant to Ava.
Yes, I've heard about it.
Yeah, so he's kind of there, and he was the one who quote unquote gave Dante the chance, the shot, that led to him beating Lexis King twice.
Yeah. The thing about Robert Stone is apparently he does share some history with Dante Chen because I think after the first appearance, they both said very complimentary things about each other on social media. It's talking about how he actually, gave him a chance or noticed his work ethic. So. It kind of like, gives evidence to everything that we've already assumed. Everyone backstage, everyone in the locker room loves Dante Chen, thinks, he's a stand-up guy, he's putting in the work. But what he just needs is an opportunity. And I tell you, right now, he needs to grab this opportunity with both hands, man. Legit.
So also, I know this is a very random and minor thing, but, he actually cut a really good promo on NXT, right? I'm like, do I detect a hint of an American accent coming out in Dante now?
Of course. I mean, he's been there, 3 years?
So, a bit of code switching, but that's fine. It's for that audience, so it makes sense, right? But I do hear a little bit of the Singapore in there as well, so I'm fine with that.
He can la, Sibo, he can do all those... what do you call it? CB, CB.
Oh.
No. I'm terrible. What? One thing my girlfriend can confirm, I'm terrible at accent. I tell you, when I was in Euro and trying to code switch, right? So I pretended to speak a bit like got German accent, or like I will just in Switzerland I will just say mercy, that kind of shit. And then my girlfriend
Wait, mercy?
yeah, it's supposed to be thank you.
You mean merci? Yeah, merci,
Yes.
merci, tolong merci, not mercy, merci,
I know,
bro.
So I go to the cafe and then they say, oh, there'll be €5. Mercy. And then my girlfriend slapped me on the shoulder.
They say, what are you begging for mercy?
So he's like, and then the lady walked away and she slapped my shoulder like, can you don't make fun of the accent? You'll kill us, You're crazy. I give up.
Okay, so let's jump back to old Dante, right? What do you think of this? I mean, he's very much a white meat babyface, happy to be here. I've worked so hard,
Yeah.
Is that something that you think will have legs in the future?
Bro, he is right now in his Rocky Maivia phase. Let's be honest, right? He's the Dominic Mysterio white meat babyface just debut phase.
Yes.
He will have to develop an age or some wrinkle in his character very, very much. So I mean, if he's gonna go down the Mortal Kombat route, like because some assassin, maybe he can lean into that. I don't know. But the thing he does have going for him is he can be a good communicator. And that promo that he did at Mothership picked up. Oh man, like, I got goosebumps. Like holy shit. Woo.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can rely on the WWE production, to level that him up, at least in presentation.
My question is then, have they fast forwarded this quote unquote feud a little bit too fast? And let's not forget, he's already picked up 2 wins over Lexis King, right?
Yeah.
If you want 50-50 booking is something that you believe in, then he has to lose his own quote unquote his own match, no?
Yes, but then if Lexis King were to win this match, I can't foresee him beating Dante clean as well, because in the 2 matches, Lexis didn't really dominate Dante. It's like a 50-50 match. So I think it's almost as if they're using Lexis King to bring up Dante to a level of notoriety.
Yeah.
So I think if nothing else, this will actually benefit both people. But I do not know how Lexis is gonna bounce back from this because everyone thought of Dante as a jobber, right? Up to this point.
So that's my whole argument, right? Like, I don't see a way that they book Dante to win here, clean, whatever, because that would just make Lexis King look bad. Like, because he's literally lost twice already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He might steal the dirty win, I guess.
But it's a Singapore Cane match. There is no dirty in a match where there are no rules.
Okay, so that's the thing, right? If Lexis were to beat Dante violently with the Singapore Cane, then that will completely depush whatever they're doing with Dante right now.
Yeah.
So I feel Dante might get all 3 wins decisively, and then Lexis need to separate. So I think they're making a quick feud to kind of establish Dante, and then Lexis will go away go and do something else. I don't know, maybe.
I don't know about that, because like I said, I feel like that does Lexis dirty. I mean, I love it for Dante, but it does do dirty. Unless Lexis can make an excuse like, oh, this is your match because you're from Singapore. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like, like Edge having a chair match is like his match, or the Hardys having a tables ladders match is their match, quote unquote.
Yeah. It could be their specialty match. Right? It could be like Triple H never losing a Hell in a Cell until Batista, of course. So
right.
I am counting on that, and it was so interesting that this was on a normal regular NXT episode, not NXT Battleground, which just occurred.
Yeah, which also is again one of those things where I'm like, have they fast tracked this feud to its conclusion like super fast within 3 weeks? Just to give Dante that, like, all right, this is a new guy and we want to legitimize him a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is my theory. Like, recently there's a lot of call-ups, right? Because of the draft. You got Carmelo Hayes, people leaving up. They got no choice. They have people on this in the background the last 3 years. Okay, they need to give them an opportunity now. It's a sing and swing for them. And this is Dante's opportunity. So to fill up the gaps that's been left behind on the roster. I think it's a good thing because they're giving him a mini feud. They're not pushing him too much because even though this is a short feud, but then he can move on to other things and then build to the next big PLE for NXT.
Fair point. I want to point out what Div Royalty said because I had it in my mind as well. I wanted to bring up, right? Every time I see Lexis King cut a promo, I can't help but stare at his beard. Like, how perfect is his beard? And Div Royalty asks, Does Lexis King's beard look like it's been filled in with a marker? Yes, I also have noticed this. I don't know if you noticed this. It's like, how is it so perfectly shaved? It looks like it's been drawn in with a marker or a template. Maybe backstage he has literally like a template that he fills it in. I like, what is going on?
Bro, he looked like Spotty Ken, like Ken and Barbie.
Oh,
he looked
right.
like he like the way he's drawn is like very too well manicured. Also, which I thought it was fake.
It's too perfect. How does he do it? Like, that is the most important question I need the answer to right now.
Bro, it's not just his freaking beard, bro. His teeth is so perfect as well. Have you seen his teeth?
Well, that one, of course, we all know lah. You can get veneers, that kind of thing, whatever lah.
Bro, we are complimenting Lexis King way too much for my liking. It's all about Dante, bro. Dante is the man.
Okay, we can't help but be biased on this one. Huh? So you know what? It just means that they're giving him a shot, and that is exciting times lah for us here in Singapore as we root for Dante. And yes, like you alluded to earlier, Mothership has been featuring Dante Chen like crazy, and it's always the same comments, but let's not focus on it because of, you know what I mean. Yeah. The man, the jackass who shall not be named.
Yeah, I don't even want to focus on the comments because we know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
But I want to focus on what Mothership did, because Mothership literally, right, they've been posting so much about Dante Chen, and I literally saw them rip an entire promo backstage fight. Backstage fight. Yeah. I think they recorded or screen recorded the whole 2 minutes and put it on Mothership, and then they pull it down, bro.
Did they get flagged?
I believe WWE might have flagged Mothership.
Okay lah, it's like you put 10 seconds is okay lah. Don't put the whole damn segment lah.
Okay, Mothership, I know you are new to this WWE game. Recently been posting a lot of that shit. But one thing you should know about WWE is you do not screen record the entire segment and put it on social media. You're gonna get flagged. We've done it before. Yes, we know.
To be fair, AEW is worse. I don't know if you noticed this. There is so much less AEW content out there because they are very litigious with this stuff.
Well, I mean,
WWE is smart enough to let a lot of the segments go as long as you don't play the whole goddamn segment by itself without somebody's face there. Like their algorithm. Oh,
sorry,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was like, whoa,
were you scared? I was too frozen.
I was like, whoa, bro, did we freeze right there? Were you doing a Batista? Not Batista, Drax.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm holding in my form because of what happened before the podcast started. So I'm not gonna move, man. Okay,
technical issues? No, that has never happened on this podcast before.
Live. Nothing can go wrong when it goes live. I know.
Okay, so that aside, I think NXT is in an exciting place. It's to me, and we will talk more about it in a bit because we're going to review Battleground, right? I feel like it's in a state of flux right now, but we'll get to that. And we'll also get to the preview of WWE Clash at the Castle. But before we do that,
of course,
we have something else to shout out and talk about. I'll let you take the lead on this one, my guy Foreign. But we want to give a shout out to Lemaq once again.
Yo, Lemaq is back, and Lemaq is back for good. They kind of test run, partnering with us, and they love hearing us promote their product, promote their brand, promote their stalls. So now they're back and they wanted to let us know, hey guys, we've got a new pop-up store in Arab Street, bro.
Okay.
Because people were saying like, hey, we wanted to go for the expo event, but it was only like just one weekend. Now you guys got no excuse, right? Lemaq they're having a permanent store at Arab Street.
Nice.
So you guys can go down during lunchtime if you guys work around CBD area, work around Bugis area, or after work, you are hanging around at Bugis Street because I know a bunch of you guys love chilling over there in KGC and all that kind of shit. Come and go check out Lemaq, get their pop-up stuff, get their jongkong, bro. I will love their jongkong. Yes.
Check out. You can like order from them. You can check out their stalls as well, like Foreign mentioned. And of course, go and follow them on their social media so that you know where and when exactly they're doing their pop-ups, what kind of promos and deals that they have, right? It's lemaq.lemaq on Instagram. Drop them a follow and all their other socials. You can just click on their little link thing here. You see, it'll take you to all their different platforms.
Yeah, man. And don't forget, guys, once you have a taste of Lemaq, it will be a taste to remember, bro.
Yes.
So enjoy it.
Once again, a shout out to Lemaq, and it's a perfect time to talk about Lemaq because it's lunchtime right now. So I don't know about you, bro, but that picture made me super hungry. Let me show you it again. Ooh.
Okay, let's power through this podcast because I was so hungry to eat.
Bro,
Really.
I don't usually quote this fella, but I'm going to quote right back right now. Feed me more! Feed me more!
Once again, guys, go check them out. Lemaq on Instagram, Lemaq on TikTok. They just started a TikTok account.
Ooh.
And apparently, if you want to order food or get some of their products, especially they also have flavored coffee beans as well that they sell. You all can buy it from their TikTok store, bro. So like, hey, they are like us. They are full of multi-platform opportunities to interact with them. You know what I mean?
Feed me more. Okay, come. Let's feed you more of that wrestling content right now. And let's talk about NXT Battleground. Okay, I guess if this was the purpose, they succeeded. Because to be honest, like I told you, right, if not for the Dante Chen stuff, I was kind of like, with the NXT product right now.
Yeah.
It's not 2.0 level of, I don't want to watch, but it hasn't hit the black and gold era. You know what I mean? I feel like this is an era in flux. In large part because, like we talked about, a lot of the guys have been called up already, right? Like you got your Carmelo Hayes, who, let's very quickly talk about Carmelo Hayes right now. How do you think he's doing on SmackDown?
Not good.
It's one of those things, right? Like, you see him doing so well on NXT and you're like, all right, he's a finished product, he's ready. And then when you have him there live with LA Knight, arguably one of the best promos, he looks tiny and he just looks incomplete. You know what I mean?
And you see what happened during the promo itself?
Yes, he said the wrong name. He literally said, he flubbed. He said like LA Knight instantly, because he's the professional that he is, right? He's like, well, I have to look at the mirror for that to happen or some shit like that. So he immediately picked up on it. And Carmelo, I don't know if he was nervous, he was a little bit green, but he either didn't realize the flub or he didn't know how to react to LA Knight's live reaction to his flub. So everything, it just was awkward.
He just died a painful death. Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as that. Oh, was it? Who was it? Kalisto. We love Kalisto, but what? I'll do Lucha Things.
Lucha Things.
It's not as bad as the Lucha Things promo, but I literally felt like, oh shit, he kind of wasted an opportunity there. You know.
The problem is, right? I've always compared Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes together. Like, I always thought that their careers is always gonna be on the same parallel trajectory. But this took a way turn. I mean, like, I think from that Carmelo's all the way back down, and like we got, Braun Breaker on the other hand is like just all the way up, you know.
But you see, there are very different types of characters you portray. Like Braun Breaker is Goldberg. You portray him like Goldberg. He comes in, destroys, he leaves. He's not there cutting 2-minute promos. Carmelo was always the guy cutting promos, but now for whatever reason, I guess you take him big fish, small pond. Now you put him in a big ocean. He's getting swallowed up a little bit. I'm not saying we are down on him by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, he's going to take time and maybe he'll need 2-3 years before he actually gets to that main event level or that main roster level. But we've also seen people we thought were going to be amazing just kind of, just fade into the undercard.
Yeah. I mean, Cameron Grimes, case in point, right? Yeah.
But okay, like for me, I feel like Cameron Grimes, they didn't even give him an opportunity. He was only in like sort of like lower mid-card feuds. He was playing the jobber role on the main card. They never actually gave him an opportunity to do his like whatever his like, his weird like, I don't even know how to describe. I thought his NXT gimmick was so unique. Like he's this hairy-chested weirdo, right? and it just never manifested. He wasn't even given a chance. With Carmelo Hayes, the first match he had was with Cody, and then he's now with LA Knight. Like they've given him a lot of chances, and unfortunately, I feel like maybe he fumbled it a little bit.
I think it's a crisis of confidence, to be honest. Maybe he suddenly realized, oh shit, I'm on the main roster. This is gonna be a big deal for me.
Yeah.
And I can't blame him though, right? Like he really is in the land of the giants, and he gotta swim. He's gotta
swim. Also, talking about giants, I know we keep side-checking from Battleground, but what do you make of this whole thing that has quote-unquote leaked about Ricochet not re-signing with the WWE? Do you think this is a legit thing? Do you think he is working? Or maybe Triple H is like, okay, come, you leak it out like this and then we work the crowd.
Okay,
the internet audience.
The thing is, like, even though people say, it's on the internet, it might not be true, but the sources are legitimate, right? I trust Fightful Select. I trust my life with him.
Well, here, that's the thing. What I'm saying is maybe WWE have become a lot smarter with what gets leaked, and they purposely leak things to, you know what I mean? I feel like we've reached that era where, okay, CM Punk is a master of this shit, right? He'll drop enough clues, and whether something is or is not is a half truth, he'll leak it so that when it happens, I meant to do it. If it doesn't happen, you're just freaking guessing only.
Yeah. Put it this way, we are internet fans speculating. So we will never know the truth, right? We will never know the truth until when the thing actually happens, right? But say this is legitimately happening. Like he really told WWE he's not going to renew, and maybe WWE leaked it so that they can justify themselves for not booking Ricochet, perhaps, or booking him to shit, right? On this way out. I don't think it's a bad move because, can we be honest? Ricochet has hit his ceiling in WWE. Like, what else can he do beyond the mid-card level?
Bro, he's the inaugural speed champion, okay? Don't play.
Bro, 24/7 champion also got more prestige at this point in time, bro.
You know who's the next, the new speed champion?
Andrade, right? Andrade.
And another fella who made a big comeback, and then what is he doing now?
A speed champion, of course.
Look, so obviously the next guess or the next place he could go is AEW, right? And I mean, what are they going to do? The Osprey Ricochet special part 2?
Maybe they can. At least they have a promotion that apparently celebrates this kind of sport fest, right? Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen that match before, and for the people who like that kind of stuff, I guess maybe AEW would be the perfect place for Ricochet to go lah. They'll have their spot fest. Everything will look very cooperative and choreographed, but it's visually exciting.
Yeah. Do you know when I realized Ricochet will forever have a ceiling in WWE? Remember he had that one feud, was it last year SummerSlam against Logan Paul?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it went nowhere.
Even nowhere is one thing. But they really highlighted the disparity in the promo abilities between Logan Paul and Ricochet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, Ricochet, you've been in this business how long? Logan Paul been in this business how long? How come this fella got more charisma than you?
Because it's Logan Paul. It's one of those innate things, right? The X factor. We've all. That's a tough example though, because Logan Paul, like we've talked about, he is an anomaly. He is both. He's grasped the physical thing. I think the promo thing he's always had because he's a YouTuber, right? He's honed that in his other endeavors. Like him or hate him, and it's very easy to hate him. That's what makes him a great heel. He already has that. He knows how to market himself and be a douchebag, right? And Ricochet was focusing too much on the flippy shit.
I don't think that is an issue for a wrestler, to focus more on their strengths and all that. But what I'm saying is specifically for WWE, I've never seen a WWE main eventer who is just like a Dean Malenko, just all skills but no ability to talk. And let's be honest, Ricochet will never be a main eventer in his current form. Right?
Yeah, right. True. Bret Hart, bro. I mean, I don't know.
No.
Okay, no. Bret Hart has some great promo. Okay, I would rank Bret Hart maybe a 6 out of 10 in terms of promo.
Yeah.
It's possible, but he makes up for it with his incredible in-ring skill, right?
Yeah, but even then, right, I think Bret Hart can carry a high-level feud. He can be a cranky asshole as a heel. he can be that we look up role model guy. He's a bit boring, but you can feel his honesty the way he delivers promo. I don't feel anything when Ricochet talks, bro. I'm just feeling Samantha Irvin.
So is it just a booking thing? Book him like a superhero. He doesn't talk that much. He just shows up, does crazy moves. But there is a ceiling to that. I absolutely agree.
But if they wanted to do that, they should have done it from the very beginning and stayed on that. But they were never consistent with Ricochet. That's a problem. So yeah.
Oh well, maybe it is one of those things where it's good for him to go away for a while, learn some new stuff. Maybe he finds a whole new side of himself and then comes back 5 years later. Maybe we've seen that happen before as well.
Yeah,
look at
maybe
Drew,
he's
Jinder.
betting on himself, right?
Yeah.
I don't see that as an issue. So go to AEW, go to New Japan, go do all that stuff. Come back more decorated than ever. Then maybe he might develop some promo abilities because there's no restrictions on the mic, right? Give me 5 minutes. Let me talk.
I don't know about that, but okay.
then he become Carmelo Hayes. He just repeat the bad guy's name. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we're supposed to talk about Battleground, but very quickly.
Oh my god, Mr.
very
Yang, what
quick-
is it? What else do you talk about?
Have you watched any AEW? Have you paid attention? Because I have not. I've like okay, I'm done. And that's the thing about AEW. It's so easy to just I don't watch, and I don't feel bad about it. You know,
I not say I don't watch it, but somebody is back. So MJF is back. So I'm gonna watch just his segments, especially.
Has he returned? As I know, after the pay-per-view, they skipped him 1 week, which was such a stupid idea, by the way. I don't understand why they didn't just play a promo package of him. Oh, you want to hear what I have to say? Well, on my terms only, next week. At least something. Give us a little bit of a bald tease, but no, they're just, he's back. Has he come back to do a promo yet?
He has. And do you miss it then?
Bro, okay, life gets in the way, you get busy, right?
Yeah,
but as much as I love MJF, unfortunately, it didn't push me to go and watch the show. So, tell me what happened.
Bro, you will hate what they did with MJF. Bro. I think you will hate it.
Okay. Just tell me.
Okay, the whole promo, maybe the first 80% was exciting, right? He came back, he laid the groundwork. He started shitting on all the top stars. So he targeted Strickland. He targeted Will Ospreay. And I believe, who else did he target?
Did he talk about the Elite?
He didn't talk about the Elite yet. I mean, he was it Jungle Boy? Shit. Okay, now it's not as memorable as I remembered. But he did target 3 of the top stars just to lay the groundwork that he's gonna go after these people, right? And then people were very excited, like, oh, okay. And then in the meantime, he said, you know what? Forbidden Door is coming up. TK is probably gonna make me wrestle a bunch of like jobber from New Japan or Mexico, like a one-off match.
Yeah.
And then it really happened, bro. Guess who? I tell you. You will never guess who interrupted MJF. And apparently gonna start off a feud or like a mini feud.
I'm guessing it's a New Japan guy?
No.
It's an AEW guy.
It's an AEW guy, but more on the Mexican side.
Oh my god, is it like El Viking, Del Kingo, Vikingo? No?
No, very close, very close. Okay, it's out of all the Mexicans, I think he has the most impressive upside.
Oh, I saw Roosh.
Yes.
Roosh. Where has Roosh been?
El Toro Blanco. Okay.
Oh god, yeah. I saw that. I saw a clip on Instagram. Now I remember. Okay.
I don't hate MJF versus Roosh as a match.
No.
But they gave him a 5-minute segment where Roosh tried to interrupt MJF and talk, bro. Oh my god. You know the worst part? MJF actually really like praised Roosh. Like, hey, I'm not gonna say that you're not good enough. You are actually a accomplished wrestler. Blah, blah. Even the way he buttered him up, he also in his mind like, alamak, this guy really cannot make it. Cannot lah.
Okay, so it's a starter feud, right? Yeah. Like it's let's get him some wins, reestablish him. I get it. I'm fine with it, but it's a guy who hasn't been around for a while. It's like, oh, okay, who cares?
Yeah. It's not just who cares. You're talking about MJ, your top star,
Yeah.
So anyone that he's gonna be around to be highlighted, yes, correct. But can't you put him against someone who can actually talk?
Yeah.
Who can actually carry up his side of the deal?
Yeah.
Holy shit, it was so bad to hear. I was like, oh my god, Roosh. I know. Roosh. It's like Andrade, right? Andrade with his promos and his bad English.
Yeah.
Same vibes, man.
And then, okay, so I also know, and immediately I rolled my eyes when Will Ospreay won the whatever Battle Royal Invitational. So he is going to face Swerve. The new international champion is going to face Swerve, the AEW champion, at Forbidden Door.
Did they just copy WWE making the US champion the WWE champion?
Whatever, right? But like, is it going to be title versus title? Like, what is... And how quickly have they killed Swerve's heat? Like, we talked about it already. But like, now you're even like... having the quote-unquote secondary title guy face off. Like, the only way this pans out is the schmoz, no?
Yeah, it is terrible. Okay, the thing is, like, Swerve, I think, unfortunately, was dead on arrival when he became champion. Or, like, maybe they should have pulled the trigger on him earlier, or, like, at Revolution, maybe, or something. Because by the time he won it, we were like, okay, he's a champion. Good for him. Congrats.
No,
and then he went down.
Yeah, exactly, right. And once again, it's the booking. He wins, and then the next night, he's fighting a jobber competitively, not a jobber, but a lower mid-card guy, competitive match. Like, they just, for the life of them, don't know how to book a champion or book anybody properly.
Okay, I already figured out what's the Swerve issue already. Swerve lost that aura.
Yeah.
It's the aura of a champion, aura of like a top star. He had
Yep.
that for a bit when he was fighting Hangman Page.
Yep.
And we were like, oh, this guy, he's the next big thing, right? But they never... Okay, this one is not just his work alone, The company needs to help him present that aura. Look at Solo Sikoa right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, for all his flaws as the new tribal chief, but you can see the WWE making a concerted effort to make his aura and mystique level up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Look,
not doing it for AEW.
because AEW is only concerned with one storyline right now, and that's EVPs. And we've talked about it ad nauseum. The least charismatic, the least important people are the main focus of that show. So,
you just reminded me who he talked shit about. Okada was the third guy. He was saying like Okada, but that's again, right? Like, you're talking about Okada in AEW, which is, yes, he's funny or he's trying to be humorous and all that. I can understand that. But man, this is the wrong way to put him on, wrong people to associate him with, man. I'd rather Okada stand alone.
Yeah.
I think he would have had the aura. Still.
I think the only person so far that they've kind of who has succeeded despite the booking, in spite of all the nonsense Tony Khan does, is Will Ospreay. He's organically gotten the crowd support. It's just a matter of when he gets buried or when the booking fails him.
Yeah. Okay, Will Ospreay still has the aura. In a weird way, I still feel Mercedes Moné has some sort of aura still.
Sure.
It's just that every time she opens her mouth, like, the aura gets sipped away, unfortunately.
No, the funny, and we've talked about this before, right? Literally, Willow Nightingale was on the cusp of having that aura.
Yes.
And they cut the legs off. Now she's in a feud with Chris Statlander, another one who has so much potential. Imagine Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale in NXT or in WWE main roster. I think
they would be top stars, man.
They
in
would,
NXT, for
they
sure.
would. Yeah.
So like they do have gems, right? Let's
do.
be honest. AEW has gems, but we've always said the issue is the direction from the management and the booking.
The booking and the marketing.
Yeah.
Like we talked about, like none of them we view as stars. Like when you watch that program, it's like, who's the big name? MJF, that's about it.
Yep. But they did, for some reason, I watched a bit of Collision. They gave the mic to Dustin Rhodes, and Dustin Rhodes' 5 minutes promo is amazing, right? Apparently, Dustin Rhodes is targeting Jungle Jack Perry right now. They're gonna have a match on Dynamite, so he wants to teach a lesson to young kid, apparently. So
it's basically Dustin trying to give the rub to Jungle Boy or Jack Perry
He's gonna put over Jack Perry. Let's be honest.
I mean, kudos to him, right? Like he's trying to do right by the company and everything, but it's Jungle, it's Jack Perry. It's
like you want to bet on the wrong horse, really, like kind of thing. Like I get they're trying to push them as stars. But I just feel like you're pushing the wrong guys.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
How I wish Ricky Starks was in this role. Holy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People who can deliver or have proven themselves to deliver in whatever small opportunity they have.
Oh, well. Okay, let's move on to NXT Battleground right now. I didn't watch it live, but you're like, F AEW already. Let's move on. Okay, so going back to what I brought up like almost half an hour ago.
No, man.
I know, right? We sidetracked, but it's fine. That's how the show goes. The fact that they did it at the UFC Apex was one of the main reasons I was like, okay, maybe I should watch. It felt different. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is like kind of the first time they've really married the whole TKO thing together in such a way.
Can you explain it to me? Is the UFC Apex like their performance center or something?
Yeah, so it's the UFC's version of the performance center, lor.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think because it is not set up for something like NXT, like the NXT Performance Center.
Yep.
It's purpose built for that, right? I don't know if it looked a bit bare to you.
My thoughts on it was it didn't look as impressive as the NXT.
Yeah, right.
Center,
right. That was instantly my thought. I was like, oh, it kind of looks worse than their usual.
Okay. I get you.
Arena or whatever, But it is what it is. Whatever, To me, that's one of the selling points. right off the bat, I'm going to say this. I still miss Black and Gold. For whatever reason, this current Shawn Michaels version of NXT is still missing the mark a little bit. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's 2.0, but they are definitely in a rebuilding phase, and it's I felt like they had the chance to do something really revolutionary here, but they went the safe route.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, I will come back to that as we go and talk about the card. But I really feel like they could have done something super different in terms of the industry. Think about the two main events. And they went with the safe outcome as opposed to, you feel what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump in. I don't know how much you've kept up with NXT, but when you look at this Women's North American Championship match, you got Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jada Parker, and Michin.
I tell you, right off the bat, I already know half of those names.
Same. I've heard a lot of good things about people like Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
She's super. She has that Soul Crusher.
Yeah, which is amazing finisher. I saw it.
Yeah. It's a cutter, but with extra movement.
Yeah, it's like a gymnastic, like the hit on the turnbuckle, and then she flips it into an RKO, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't like what makes the RKO so good, and we've talked about it before. It's simple. You don't need steps. You don't need a turnbuckle to pull it off. You can just pull it out of nowhere or out of the blue, right?
Yeah. That's the thing, right? I think the more intricate a finisher is, the more you risk losing the audience. Like, that's why I feel like the Zoe Stark's 360 thingy that she does also a bit too much.
Oblivion. I hate Oblivion.
You don't like
Morgan's? Yeah. It's the one because you need ropes.
But there are a lot of finishers that require the elements of a ring to do. I mean, I would say that's a simple finisher as well, right?
Yeah.
It's like a code breaker but with the ropes assisted.
Not even, is it? Isn't it like a downward spiral? Because it's a face breaker. It's not a knee to the face one.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, it looks like a code breaker in the way it's set up.
I mean, what difference does it make if you're in the ropes versus if you're in the middle of the ring doing it? No difference.
It actually looks cooler, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. She has to do the rebound thing, but once again, it's an extra complication that looks flashy, but it doesn't lend to the devastation of the move. And that, to me, is a move got to look devastating.
I want somebody to bring back the mystique of a DDT. Like, if there's any young person or wrestler in NXT, right? Can you guys make your DDT your finisher? I think it would be pretty dope.
Well, you know what is actually a really dope finisher that's a DDT?
What?
John Moxley's Death Rider. It's literally a DDT, but it's a double underhook DDT, and depending on how they sell it, it can look devastating. So
it does. Oh my god, we just complimented John Moxley. Kudos to us.
Okay, so what did you think of the match? Obviously, Michin is there as the veteran to sort of guide everybody. To me, it just was big mess. Everybody doing acrobatic stuff. I'm not saying any of it was bad. I'm saying that it's just a lot of stuff happening, and that's what happens. This is what you expect in this style of match, lah.
Yeah. I learned a lot about a couple of wrestlers that I've never really paid attention to, like Fallon Henley came across as impressive to me.
Yep.
I got a closer look at Sol Ruka. Beyond just her finisher, I think she does have potential. She can work. But to me, what's very curious to me is like, Kalani Jordan never showed me anything that was interesting or special or anything that will make her be the winner. So can you say it's an upset? Is it an upset? I don't know.
Maybe that's what they're thinking. Is like, okay, out of this whole bunch, Kalani Jordan, like the least impressive, let her win. Because the rest all have some sort of character to them,
Yeah. Lash Legend is like, we all know, her stuff with Trick, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jada Parker also like, does she, you know what I mean?
Not everybody can get a shine in these type of matches. Like, we all know these type of matches, usually you'll have one or two people that really stand out. One or two people sort of, they are there as the bodies to take bumps, right?
Yeah. I have no idea why she won, because she didn't impress me or didn't stand out at all in this match. But I guess she's like it was supposed to be an upset, because I did read results from Bleacher Report and like how they analyze it, and they all keep saying like, oh, this is an upset victory. They're just gonna push this one person that is like not as well known as the rest. Maybe that's the reason. So yeah,
I came away from this match sort of like, like what you said lah. Like, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
exactly
is.
my reaction, bro.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
this whole ladder match 6-way for the North American Championship has been overdone and overplayed, you know?
But here's the issue, right? This is supposed to crown the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion. So this lady, if she's not going to be a big deal or she's not going to push her as a big star going forward, it's going to be a waste because she just made history, right? So she's forever be the first.
Like, yeah, well, I mean, like we said lah, you know, sometimes you need to give people who are not outstanding something to be outstanding with. Like, okay, here's an example.
Okay.
The first undisputed WWF champion. Let's face it, The Rock and Stone Cold were already made names. You needed to make Chris Jericho. So you make him the first, and it's one of those things that he can bring up anytime he wants, right?
Okay.
In this case, she is the first North American champion because everybody else, like we said, already has a character.
Bro, but my argument is Chris Jericho won the world title. So the prestige of the world title can elevate Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Right now, the NXT North American Championship has completely no prestige. They need someone to give prestige to the title. You get my issue with this?
No. That is very true as well. It's a good point.
Oh,
So,
dear
I mean,
God.
we'll have to wait and see lah. You know, maybe she might. They obviously see something in her, and maybe she's very coachable. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Next up, let's move on to the NXT Tag Team Championship. Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus the OC. Were you surprised that the young boys kind of won clean over two veterans?
Not surprised. But what I was surprised was how well the OC were being presented in NXT. They look badass.
No. I mean, they've always been badass for whatever reason. It's just, you know, they're just AJ Styles lackeys lah on the main roster. That's about
unfortunately.
it, right?
But yeah, this actually make me pay attention to an OC match, and I really thought like the Gallo, the Good Brothers were really impressive. Led the match, and I've never really paid attention to Nathan Fraser, Axiom, but I think they are a pretty cool tag team. Like they do have chemistry, in my opinion.
For some reason, they remind me of the Rockers. And considering Shawn Michaels is booking them, you know what I mean? They're two high flyers, right? They're very similar in style, but like, they are like 2024's version of the Rockers in that they're exciting. They're not really like promo guys, because let's face it, Shawn and Marty were not promo guys in that era.
Yeah.
But they were just exciting to watch, and they tried to, you know, portray that as much as possible going up against OC. OC, you had a big guy and you had a more technical guy, right?
Yeah. My only thing that I was curious is like, how are they gonna book two high flyers, but one is wearing a mask, one is not wearing a mask, right? Like, how will you make them stand out, but also work well, like aesthetically as a team? Yeah. So that's the thing that I felt a bit of a mismatch. In terms of how they are being presented.
I mean, they can just color scheme, you know? Like, okay, so blue and gold are our colors, you only wear blue. Like, just matching outfits can already, lor.
What I wish is that, okay, if you have one guy who's masked, he can be the mysterious one, and then the other guy really helps carry the team's personality. But that's not Nathan Fraser, so.
Yeah. I mean, but I still enjoyed the match, you know? Don't get me wrong.
It was a good match.
Yeah, it was. Let's talk about Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler NXT Underground match.
This was my guilty pleasure match of the event.
Okay, before we get to this, I forgot to bring up, right? Because this whole event was hosted by Sexy Red. Okay, I have no idea who Sexy Red is. And I know Booker T loses his shit every time she comes. Is she a rapper? Is she some sort of a performing artist? I feel very boomer right now. Please, I know you are into the hip hop scene. Explain to me who is this Sexy Red?
I'm in, but I'm not in too deep, bro. And Sexy Red is just too deep. Too deep for me.
Is she one of those like Megan Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj?
She is. I think she's probably walking the path that Nicki Minaj laid lah. The Cardi B. She's like a Gen Z version, Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B. But the problem is, so I kind of follow their Reddit and like stuff people say about her. It's like the funny, ironic thing is that she's not sexy at all, but because of sexy rate. You know what I mean? Yeah. So people were saying like the issue with her is that she's very non-PG generally in her music, in her character. You know, she just goes around twerking for no reason and like getting naughty, and that's why it was so hilarious when she did that. I'm just a sexy boy. That's how you got Shawn Michaels.
And didn't they on social media get Shawn Michaels to twerk as well, or something like that?
No. They were saying like you're lucky Shawn didn't twerk, but I think somebody was like, okay, people were just making a whole bunch of 90s HBK jokes like, HBK still got it, like HBK rizzing since the 90s.
So she is like someone who's up and coming lah. She's not a nobody lah.
Yeah, she's a big deal. I mean, not a big deal. I mean, like, if you go hip-hop stuff, like, Complex and all that, they know who Sexy Red is, right?
Okay. Sure. It's just like the boomer in me, like, was like, who is this? Give me Missy Elliott, damn it. Give me Missy Elliott, man. OG.
Bro, get your freak on.
Get your. Okay.
I love that shit. Okay.
It's like flashbacks to me at Locks on
oh my God,
Saturday night. Back in the day. Anyway, okay, let's move on. Oh, bro, I'm showing my age.
Now we know.
Showing my age. Okay. Lola Vice, Shayna Baszler underground match. Okay, you know my stance on these work MMA matches.
Yep.
And I will say this, for a worked MMA style, I guess it was the best worked MMA style match.
You're saying Lola Vice did a better job than Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler?
No, because I don't know how to. You know what they did? I think that they did on purpose. They dimmed the lights. Did you notice? They turned the lights. Only got one like mild spotlight on there. I'm like, okay, we can't make this look real, so we blur your vision a bit.
Okay, isn't this supposed to be like a Raw Underground type of match stipulation, like no ropes?
Yeah.
They really make it like Raw Underground.
Yeah.
I thought, like, Lola Vice I kind of like because I've seen her UFC stuff. She's that girl that after she knocked out people, she start dancing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, she's legit. We know Shayna is legit, and both of them have learned the wrestling style. So, I feel like just by that metric alone, I think they will have delivered a better worked MMA match than maybe Ronda, because I don't know why Ronda felt like she never got wrestling.
Yeah.
So that already I think has that going for them. The Raw Underground vibe actually is really good. Like I felt it works better in NXT than on a main roster because they can have that grittiness and also kind of explain that these people are raw or these people are not as polished. That's why they can do all this MMA stuff. So that works. To me, what didn't work was it's like watching the Jake Hager versus Wardlow in AEW. Do you remember that match?
Yeah, I do.
It's like you want to do all this MMA work stuff, then suddenly you do one random arm breaker.
Or power bomb or some shit.
Yeah.
No, like I agree with you. I'm by no means saying this was a good match. I would have rather they did a regular match. Or you know what? Here's the other thing. You are in the UFC Apex Center or the whatever the hell they call it, right? Why not do it in an octagon? And so you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to like set up the whole octagon, blah blah blah.
And then put it down.
Yeah, I was wondering why didn't they like do an octagon event? I know. See, that's my whole thing about. Yeah, they do it at the UFC Apex, but they're doing it in a regular ring. You know, like make it a whole big deal, but actually it's just a warehouse.
So you would have wanted it to be done. The entire should be done in an octagon.
I mean, I'm just throwing around ideas. I felt like it just after the initial doing it in the AFC Apex after that it means nothing already.
It was just a name.
Yeah, it was just a name. After that, it's just a warehouse. And then this match, they just take out the ring ropes. I don't know, put up some cage thing, like give it some UFC element, like remember Ken Shamrock in the Lion's Den match?
Yeah, and it was essentially an octagon that they created for the match. I think that would have helped with the aesthetics, or at least the presentation of it. But I guess this match served its purpose. I mean, it did highlight Lola Vice, right?
Yeah.
But
once again, I am not a fan of work MMA matches. Ultimately, they look hokey.
I don't think anyone is a fan because especially if you're your UFC guy, you love UFC and MMA, you'll be like, what the fuck is this shit, right?
Yeah.
And if you're a wrestling fan, you get bored by it. It's like he's punching and kicking. Where's the drop kicks and where's all the cool shit that wrestling has?
Yeah.
So you're only appeasing the intersection of fans who are like
no, but even then you are not. It's a lose-lose situation, I think. Like I get that they are trying to portray Lola Vice MMA. That's why we've always said an MMA gimmick rarely works. Yeah. It's only ever worked for the top tier stars like Ken Shamrock and like Ronda Rousey. And the only reason Ken Shamrock was so good at it because ultimately he became a pro wrestler.
Yeah. Then again, if this match was to highlight Lola Vice, Lola Vice already got a victory over Shayna Baszler, over Natalia. Clearly, they are pushing her. They want her to be a big deal. But I do not know. I haven't seen enough of her to say that, okay, she's definitely the next big star.
Bro, it's the hip shaking, bro. It's the hip shaking. That's why she's on the poster and everything. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. And also, like, the last time they did something like that, Shayna beat Ronda. So it's like Ronda doing the favors for Shayna. Now Shayna's doing the favors for Lola. That was the whole point. To bequeath the MMA gimmick title to Lola Vice,
You're telling me Lola Vice is a better, star than Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler or something?
Well, Shayna Baszler maybe, but I don't know. Like, Ronda Rousey came with the, her whole history lah. She was a UFC champion after all. It's tough. Yeah. I really don't think that this whole MMA gimmick works unless you've been a champion somewhere else before, like a Brock, like a Ken Shamrock or Ronda Rousey.
Maybe we can ask this question to chat, like for you guys, listening in, like, have you guys actually enjoyed any worked mixed martial arts match in the context of pro wrestling? And if so, which match you guys enjoyed the most? Because I can tell you which match I enjoyed. Like for me personally, there was this one random match on Raw. Was it like Owen Hart versus was it Bulldog versus Ken Shamrock, or was it Owen Hart versus Ken Shamrock?
I think it was Owen in the Lions Den, right?
Yeah, no. There was this one time they went to Stu's house and they did it in the dungeon.
The dungeon remember that match? Yeah. Wait, I think that was in the pay-per-view, what?
Was it a pay-per-view? Okay, it was Ken Shamrock fighting against one of the Hart family, but I think
it was Owen. And then Owen cheated to win. He used something to win and bash him on the head or something like that.
Yeah. I remember because they fought in the dungeon and then they banged the head and then they got... Yeah, it was a whole thing, but I love that.
Yeah, the dungeon floor was all wood, so it sounded really like bang, bang, bang. It sounded really brutal.
Yeah, it was badass. So that was badass because those guys really looked badass and they actually worked it like a badass match.
And it was taped. It was edited. This one, no edit. That's why that's why they dim the lights. So you can't see all the, bullshit.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, okay, let's move on. Because I really do not know what else we can say about this match.
Yeah. If anything, what we can say is they have a lot of faith in Lola Vice, and she's going to be the MMA gimmick character from now on. Like the one. Okay. Femi, what?
Sorry, Irvin said something very interesting. Apparently, they comp tickets to UFC corporate partners for public. Tickets cost $250 for the event.
Ooh, wow. Okay, well, I mean,
oh my God.
I guess. But here's the problem with comping as well, and I'm glad Irvin brought that up because there were a few shots I noticed. Front row, nobody. I'm like, oh my God, those are the comp tickets. And the deal with these corporate, like, they're maybe not really fans. They just show up, show face, and halfway through, they out already. So I thought that was a bad shot. Like, I remember very specifically one of the drone shots or the, on the gimbal shots, whatever, like top-down shots. I was like, wow, the entire front row is empty, yeah?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Oh, I just saw what Div said. Div really came through. Thanks, girl. Like, fully loaded in your house in 1998. Owen Hart versus Ken Shamrock. That was the match.
Classic. Irvin says, Lola Vice style is aggressive salsa. I love it. That's her style.
We have figured it out.
Until they make her finisher like some sort of a hip attack. Like, Naomi has that rear view thing. Can you imagine if Lola Vice, her finisher is I know. Sting face, but in salsa. The salsa sting face.
Salsa. It tastes like salsa then. Okay, gotcha.
God. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. We got Obert Femi versus Wesley versus Drink Coffee. I mean Joe Coffee.
Oh my god, the Ober feminists were on track.
I understand now why Obafemi is so over, and he is like, you know what he is?
What?
He is what they wished Omos was. Like
I actually had a better comparison, or like something I felt was more appropriate. I think he was Ahmed Johnson done good.
No,
he's got the Ahmed Johnson body, no? Like
he has Ahmed Johnson body. He has the height of kind of like Omos. He's from Nigeria, right? Like, I think that if they let him cook and not saddle him with some Nigerian giant gimmick or some, Commander Aziz sort of gimmick,
no Wakanda
right?
shit,
Just let him be. And he has the intensity. He has we talk about how Omos just looks tall, but he somehow doesn't look intimidating. Obafemi looks intimidating because he's tall and jacked and big size.
Yeah, and he moves well in the ring. And I feel his matches are good. Like and he's new, right? He's like only like less than 2 years in the business apparently, so he picked it up.
Yes, he won. Didn't he win the breakout tournament, and that's why he got the shot at the North American title?
Yeah, he won the breakout tournament as well. So, I've always was impressed by Obafemi's like physique and like how he comes across. And this match proved that he can go in the ring as well. In my opinion,
you know that this match was meant to showcase him. He was tossing Wesley around. Poor Wesley. I mean, and he's the high flyer, right? So yeah, he's the perfect guy. He's just tossing him around. Same for Joe Coffey, a little bit more technical, grounded, British strong style.
What's so poor thing about Wesley is Wesley had to vacate the title because he was injured, right?
Yeah.
And now that he's back, I thought he will never get back the title.
Because it's on Obafemi. Honestly, I was kind of thinking that they had me in this match thinking that Wesley was going to win. Or,
get back the title.
Yeah, when the whole, what was that, Gallus boys came out and tried to like DCL Obafemi. So instantly I like fucking fantasy booking mine, right? I was like, okay, Wesley is gonna win this, and then Wesley is gonna be like, I'm the honorable champion, I will defend one-on-one against Obafemi because Gallus interrupted, right? But of course none of that actually happened. Obafemi retained the title.
Yeah. I think Obafemi is gonna be one of their cornerstone stars in NXT going forward. Like, I mean, if he's not ready, he's probably gonna take over that Braun Breaker role, that like badass guy. I do like Wesley though. I feel that Wesley does have personality, even though as a high flyer, he can just focus on his moves, but I think he does have personality to go along with it. Gallus, what's your thoughts on Gallus and Joe Coffey?
I think, unfortunately, they are like New Catch Republic. They are like a lot of the British wrestlers. They've been pigeonholed into the same. Oh, they're the British guys. Like, I don't know what it is, but they have a very like a very standard template. It's like, and WWE does this a lot, right? It's like the Japanese girls or the British guys all have the same vibe.
Gotcha. I get what you mean. Do you, okay, this is like legitimate, right? Like, do you think that this style works better in AEW?
What style? The British style? No.
Yeah, I see, like, in terms of the presentation.
Oh, no, I don't think anything works well in AEW because then they will be booked like shit. It's not even...
Oh, dear God. No, I just feel like a British strong style feels more like feels better for a more wrestling-centric kind of booking. Like, if you work for Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
or like,
okay. So if you were going to bring up AEW, I'd be like, bro, what? Are you drunk, bro? What's going on? Nothing about AEW is wrestling centric. Okay, the second somebody got set on fire, they can throw out the sports presentation. Okay, throw it out the window.
Yeah, but you get, okay. I know you get what I mean. You just want to shit on AEW.
It's not that I want to shit on. Like, it's the wrestlers doing their thing, sure, right? Like, and we've seen really good European quote unquote style matches in NXT before. Gunther, Ilya, those matches. Even what's his face? Big strong boy. I forgot.
Not Pete Dunne. No, Pete Dunne and
Pete Dunne's partner who's like, I don't know what happened to the new catch already. They all disappeared.
Shit. See, my brain just died. Pete Dunne and guys, help me! Yeah. Oh, Tyler Bate.
Yeah. Irvin says Gallus helped The Rock train for his WrestleMania return. They got the politics part down already. Oh, shit.
That's good. The Gallus boys on the board of directors.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Okay, if they can develop that like booking or like they are these badass like enforcers for like the British wrestler. Can you imagine you link Gallus up with like Gunther or like freaking if Drew wanted some henchmen? Hey, hint, Drew.
Yeah, Gallus boys. Yeah.
Gallus, okay, that makes sense. I think that can. But they'll again, unfortunately, there'll be a ceiling to them. Right?
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think what they need is one guy to be outstanding. Essentially, what it is, right? Like you talk about align themselves with a Drew McIntyre, a European wrestler who's seen as a main eventer. You know, but all that aside, once again, this match very much was the Oberfemi show. Let's make him as put him over as big as possible.
Yep. The Oberfeminists. I'm one of them. I'm a feminist and I'm an Oberfeminist as well.
Sure. And so far, all the champions have retained, by the way. Very safe booking, going back to what I said earlier, right?
Got you. I get you now.
And then we go to Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace. Like, okay, I guess I get the quote-unquote politics involved, but could they not, and I'm just going to jump into the finish here, could they not have made it such a thing, a talking point, if Jordynne Grace won the NXT title and took it to Impact? Like, that is what I mean about they played it safe. It was super like, oh, Roxanne Perez beat Jordynne Grace. It was a good match. You know, did you see the one point where Jordynne Grace's earring got caught or something and then it was bleeding?
Yeah, was it on purpose? Like from Roxanne? Roxanne
it was an accident. I think her earring got caught on Roxanne's like fishnets and then ripped it out.
Oh shit! Okay. Yeah, but it was bleeding, right? I remember it was started bleeding. Yeah, that was gnarly, but I guess it wasn't part of the match, so not really counted.
What did you think of the finish? So it was she reversed Jordynne Grace's finisher into a cutter, and honestly, I had to rewind like 5 times to even see what she did. I know Vic Joseph was like, oh, reverse. I was like, I didn't see the reverse. It looked like Jordynne Grace hit her finish to me.
It was a bit clunky, like not gonna lie. Like I thought it warranted a better finish, like in my opinion. Yeah.
They tried to get too fancy with it, I think.
Yeah. But how do you think Jordynne was portrayed? Like she did come across as like the badass general, like beating up on Roxanne. So
I feel like
it did look strong.
Yeah. I mean, how else do you portray? Okay, to be honest, like most of the match, I felt like Jordynne Grace should have just beat the piss out of Roxanne Perez. But I understand you cannot have another company's champion come in and do that to your champion. But at the same time, just look at them. Look at the difference. You know?
Like clearly they have a physical size difference.
Yeah.
Roxanne is like AJ Lee, Hin, small size girl, and she's fighting like a badass, big size lady in Jordynne Grace. Honestly, they should have given Jordynne Grace the Brock Lesnar treatment if they really wanted to go all out.
Yeah.
See, it should have been her mauling Roxanne. Can you imagine?
So that's the thing I mean by me saying that they played it way too safe here. Everyone would be talking if Jordynne Grace came in and just annihilated Roxanne Perez. Visually, it would make sense also if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
You know? But no, it was a bit of a screwy finish because, okay, who is that girl that came out?
Was it Dana Brooke, right?
No, the other one. Tatum Paxley, was it?
Tatum Paxley. Oh yeah.
I have no frame of reference. I don't know who she is. She came out to go and BO Jordynne Grace's championship. She even went to the entryway, and that's where Dana Brooke, who is now like what? Something
Ash by Elegance.
Ash by Elegance or something like that. I don't know what the hell that is about.
Yeah. Okay. From my very limited knowledge of NXT, I heard that Tatum Paxley's gimmick is all about she's desperate for gold, any kind of gold. So that could set up like, a future NXT crossover where Tatum Paxley goes after the Jordynne Grace, but
so this is a talent exchange. Okay, WWE gets Jordynne Grace and we highlight TNA, but TNA you get Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, probably that's it, right?
Okay.
If I were to book this, right, I would have gone with your idea. I would have gone with Jordynne Grace, like completely annihilating Roxanne. But how there will be continuity, in my opinion, is Roxanne is clearly a heel, right, at this point in time.
Yeah.
Right? So while she's being mauled, she suddenly calls for help, like, oh, can you let Tatum Paxley come and help, right? Yeah. But still, even with the so-called assistance, Jordan Grace powers through and still defeats Roxanne. Whatever happens next, right? The one where CM Punk came in and
try to talk to
scold
Roxanne.
her, say that you're better than you. All that could have still happened even with her being demolished. Like,
wait, what about the title change?
So the title change, like Jordan wins, right?
Okay.
And CM Punk still gives her his it's okay, you could have done better, blah blah blah. But if only you didn't cheat. Like I think the issue with him was that she cheated. If she had lost honorably, you could have accepted it. So they could have still gone and done that whole side rivalry or potential keys that she might fight AJ Lee.
Okay, so
amazing,
let's just set the context, because this was not on the show. It was on their social media, right? It was sort of a behind the scenes thing where Roxanne Perez was being interviewed, and then CM Punk came out to give him fatherly advice because he's her wrestling father. But Roxanne Perez called him a hypocrite, and then go F off lah. So that is the potential setup for either AJ Lee to come back, right? And feud with Roxanne Perez, or a returning newly faced Cora Jade. Yeah. Because let's not forget the history with Cora Jade and CM Punk. Cora Jade was inspired by CM Punk, right? We've seen the videos before. And Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez have a huge history. It'd be weird to see Cora Jade as a face again, but you know what? Hey, crazier things have happened, right?
Yeah. But I think that, so either way works, but either way will not be affected by the title loss.
Yeah. No, but the whole issue is, and that's great that they are setting that up. But my point, and I think what you're getting at also is, I think it would have been so much more interesting if they did the title switch, if Jordan Grace was the NXT champion, and they may have held it for 1 or 2 months maybe and do whatever lah.
Hey, imagine she won, and then all the chatter that coming out from the internet post-show, she carries it all the way until their Slammiversary event, which is like a big deal for TNA. Mm-hmm. And then she has a return match, and then Roxanne goes to TNA and wins it.
Yeah, and then wins. So at least you get that quote-unquote forbidden door, sort of event. Unfortunately, and once again, this is what I mean by NXT played it very safe here.
Too safe.
It was just boring. I don't want to say boring, but you know what I mean? It just was like, oh, okay, that happened.
Did that take your enjoyment away from the rest of the show?
Yes.
After that?
I'm no hesitation, because the exact same thing happened in the next match.
Yeah. Let's talk about the next match then.
Let's talk about the next match. And leading up to this match, right? Okay, we had Ethan Page showing up on NXT. Big reveal, right? And I thought Vic Joseph was really good at it. Wasn't he in and then he gets cut off. It was perfect timing. I don't know if you saw the clip. He almost said AEW, but then he got cut off by Booker T and Ethan Page. So that was brilliant, chef's kiss. The timing on that was perfect, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
The NXT before Battleground, Trick Williams, Ethan Page in the ring promoing against each other. It felt like Carmelo versus LA Knight promo.
I know where you're going.
Did you watch that promo?
I did.
Trick felt like he was intimidated, or the moment got to him, but he fumbled it quite a bit. I was very surprised.
So that's the thing, right? That is the magic of WWE. Yeah. But also that highlights that these people in NXT are still rookies.
Yes.
Are still new to the business.
Yes.
Because you forget, because you hide it with all the world-class presentation that WWE does, NXT does. Whoop that trick. It's all fun and games, right?
Yeah, it's all audience participation. It's,
Yeah. But that can also mask a lot of the flaws of the wrestler, right? We know that Trick has always been the sidekick to Carmelo Hayes. Maybe there was a reason. Maybe when they first recruited him or they got him there, they were like, okay, this guy has all the size, everything in the world, but he's not comfortable yet on the mic, or he hasn't developed the ability. And he has developed it to a certain extent.
Yes.
But Ethan Page is on another... Bro, okay, people forget, right? Because Ethan Page was booked to shit in AEW, but he was one half of the tag team champions in TNA.
Yeah.
With Josh Alexander. They call it the North. Long running tag team, really legends.
Yeah.
He was the promo guy in that tag team. Even in AEW, when people were shitting on his booking, no one was saying that he had a terrible mic skills because he had actually one of the better mic skills.
Yes.
Between him and Scorpio Sky.
I think we were talking about like, why aren't they pushing this guy? He can cut a promo, you know?
Yeah. He was good.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, right? Going into this, I was like, okay, I know that Trick just won the title. It's the quote unquote whoop that era, whatever, and he's hot right now.
No.
But I feel like they would have done so much better having Ethan Page win.
Yeah.
Truly shock everybody by going, oh my God. First day in the company, new guy, he beats Trick Williams. And then Trick has to fight back. Once again, give Trick Williams the underdog climb from behind. And this is NXT. So you can afford to do this sort of like shock booking, right?
Yeah. Be more, I would say, take more risk in NXT, right?
Yep.
Because they've really shit the bed on one returning AEW star, in my opinion. You know who I'm talking about?
Who?
Sean Spears.
Oh,
you see?
Yeah.
Forget, right?
Yeah, he's facing off against some guy whose name I forget, but he looks like a discount Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, one of them lah, whatever it is lah. But the point is, that was a way to have him return and be, holy shit, okay, this guy from AEW, he's way stronger. Yep. But maybe that's the thing, right? NXT or WWE management do not want to acknowledge AEW wrestlers as like they are a threat.
I mean, I get it, but I also think it's like short-sighted. Like, you know, it's like that sort of ego bullshit where it's like, no lah. Like, okay, at least, okay, what Ethan Page has going for him, he immediately was shot to the main event scene.
Yeah.
The problem is he lost clean too.
Yeah.
You know?
He, by every metric, okay, not every metric, he has a up over like Trick Williams, in my opinion. Like, wrestling skills, mic skills. Probably the only thing that Trick has over him is probably his look and presentation. For sure. Yep. But again, like, you need that heel to go against Trick Williams because, okay, since if Ethan Page goes and dies out, right, this rivalry dies out because he lost clean, right?
Yeah.
Who is he gonna fight next? What, Noam Dar? Like,
oh, by the way, I love that you brought up Noam Dar because I hate this whole group. Like, they are the most irritating group ever. Like if,
metaphor?
If the whole gimmick was to piss me off, well done. Because I find them like, okay, X-Pac heat. Like, not even heat. It's boring. Like, I don't get it.
Insufferable. Even the Chase U was more interesting in my opinion.
Slightly less insufferable. At least I kind of like what they're doing. I actually really like Thea Hall.
Yeah. Thea Hall has potential as well.
Yeah.
Thea Hall as the freaking NXT North American champion. Come on, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she's not ready. Whatever lah. But see, this is my point. Once again, like, they are playing it super safe. They are not taking a chance. Like, yeah, it could be a huge talking point that Ethan Page wins the title here from Trick. And I mean, we're not even talking about the match because they're fine. I think as wrestlers, as performers, they're fine, right? Yeah. Did the match stand out to you in any way? Negative or positive?
It was serviceable. To me, okay, this match is really burdened by its finish because people either wanted to see Ethan Page
win,
shock everyone and win, or they are curious to see how Trick can survive this match and win.
Yeah.
So people care more about the finish than the match itself.
Yeah, for sure. And it was just a very clean sort of, okay lah, the good guy wins, there you go. I guess maybe the way forward is, there's the whole storyline of Ethan Page forcing Ava to sign him to a contract with like whatever stipulations. So maybe in the next few weeks, he's going to have weird stipulations. Like he's going to have weird perks that force Trick to like defend it again in some weird fashion or whatever. Shenanigans lah, basically. Oh, he has to cheat to win, that kind of thing. But yeah, I hate that. Even though they did book him strong as a title contender right off the bat, he lost clean.
Yeah. So that already negates his momentum straight away.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting because technically Ethan is a part of the NXT roster. So
now
there could be a rematch. So you never know, right? But overall, right, this is your first so-called NXT PLE that you have actually watched from start to finish. What's your thoughts overall?
If guys in the chat, please put in your rating if you watched it. I would give it a 6. Like barely passable. There was no like ridiculous nonsense which dragged the rating down, but also is way too safe. I wanted them, and maybe it's just my expectations, right? But I wish they did more and try to shock or surprise me. You know, Kalani Jordan is a surprise, but it's not the surprise people care about. You know what I mean?
Not that kind of surprise. I think I agree with you. Actually, I will give it a 6 as well. Like for me, my reason's a bit different. Like I'm okay with them being safe.
Yeah.
But I just didn't see anyone from NXT stand out and make me like take notice. You know, like nobody grabbed this opportunity by the balls and like, you know, put themselves. You know what? I would argue that Singapore Cane match should have been in this PLE, man. Come on.
I'll agree to that. Can we
put it in the freaking like, I don't know, pre-show or something, but I will still watch that shit, man.
This might be a hot take, right? But NXT Black and Gold, who was the head creative booker?
Triple H, right?
Yeah. So, is it crazy to think that out of Triple H and HBK, Triple H just has a better booking mind? HBK was the quote-unquote more over, better performer, but it doesn't really quote-unquote translate as well to booking as what Triple H... Like, Triple H is truly the game. Like, when you compare Triple H's and HBK's careers, right?
Yep.
Like, you could argue that HBK had the more successful career, no?
Yeah,
Bigger star, right? But Triple H has the cerebral assassin. He has a much better mind for booking the wrestling.
That can be a legitimate point, but there's a couple of, to me, caveats to it, right? Shawn Michaels is working with legit rookies, let's be fair.
That's right? So true. That is okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like if you want to use an analogy, right? I would say Triple H when he had the NXT, all the indie talents, all this world class, but indie talents.
That is a freaking good point. Yes.
He probably okay. I'm going to use a football analogy, and I'm going to guide you through it, Mr. Young. Don't worry.
Oh God. Okay, go.
He is like probably the manager of Brighton or something. Okay, so Brighton. I know you don't follow football now, but Brighton is like the hipster's choice in the Premier League these days. Like because they have all these like undervalued talent, but they are performing way above their XP. Like they it's like, you know, right, when they sell these players, it's gonna be $100 million like talent. Like which is what happened lah. Like they are gonna be that team that finds all these undiscovered gems.
Yeah.
For like 2 million, 5 million, and then they're gonna sell it for 100 million by Chelsea or whatever, right? So I think Triple H had that team, right?
Yeah, actually that's a very good point. Yes.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels probably is like managing Wrexham right now. You know what I mean? Like fucking League 2, like bunch of like not journeyman. Okay, I would say Ethan Page is a journeyman. Bunch of journeyman and rookies who do not know shit.
Yeah.
But by his sheer will of personality, like I'm gonna support Shawn Michaels' team. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean, and also let's not forget. Like to your point, right? Triple H's Black and Gold era had all the indie darlings: Kevin Steen, El Generico, Finn Balor, blah blah blah. HBK is dealing with what is their program called where they're getting athletes from other
the NIL next in line.
Or something like that. You guys in chat, you know what I'm talking about. So actually, you have a great point. HBK is really working with all these guys and gals that are not actual wrestlers. They are, molded from scratch, raw material. So I concede that point. Yes.
Not everyone can suddenly become a brawn breaker and level up like crazy.
Yeah.
And people might forget, but Tiffany Stratton is only 2 years in the business as well. Yeah.
True. She is a gymnast, right? She's not a wrestler.
Yeah, but she became one, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, maybe if I want to use a Triple H era example, right? They have to work like not everyone can be a Bianca Belair, right? Bianca Belair was from another sport, come into NXT, and Triple H molded her into like this big star, right? Yeah. So to me, that's gonna be more of a hit and miss. Like it won't be 100% like conversion rate, right? Yeah, so that's the issue facing NXT. Like, to me, right, I think Dante Chen is the one that comes with some indie background.
Oh yeah, actually you're right. Yes.
Yeah, because Dante Chen has wrestled around the region and has developed some sort of wrestling skill and talent before he even got on NXT. But a lot of the stars, like you mentioned, probably has never wrestled an indie match before in their life before they got into the show.
And one of the points that chat brings up too is that they're really good at NXT right now at highlighting characters. I would say yes and also no, in that some of it can get a bit hokey, chase you, metaphor being clear examples. But hey, even in a negative sense, you remember them, right? You know what I mean? So, and we forget that this is their indie quote unquote system. This is not the main roster, right? So, I truly hope that, Dante Chen does get some of this personality rub or, packaging. the Singapore Kane guy now.
Yeah, at least it's something people will remember him by. Irvin brought up a very interesting point. I just wanted to highlight it for everyone to see. Apparently, since last year, NXT ratings has gone up by 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, so like...
Yeah, sure, what they're doing is working, right? But also the product is hot. It's the TKO effect. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. And there was some people talking about the ratings, how NXT is closer to Dynamite than ever before.
Oh, gosh. I mean, okay, they've done things like have Cena show up and Undertaker show up, that kind of thing. And this whole thing of them, quote-unquote, cycling out main eventers from the main roster has worked very well for them. And now with Triple H and HBK in charge, they're very happy to let each other have let me borrow your Becky Lynch for a bit to put over Lyra Valkyria. Let me borrow so-and-so, Like, remember back then in the 2.0 era, especially, Vince would not let, one of his guys from the main roster come down.
Yeah. So one thing I like about the new system is that they are not just pushing people from the NXT level up into the main roster. They're also allowing stars from the main roster that might have gotten stale to get refreshed in NXT and reinvent their career, like i.e. Baron Corbin.
Yes.
Yeah. So it feels like a full-fledged system, you know?
Yeah.
You have an ability to go away for a bit from the main roster and recreate your... Basically, they created a territory system, a feeder system for WWE.
Yeah, within their own ecosystem, which is great, right?
Yeah.
That being said, I still miss Black and Gold. I still think Black and Gold was the best NXT era.
So technically, right, you would have been an AEW fan. Like, if it was like the Black and Gold.
No, I would have been an AEW fan if they put out good pro wrestling. Duh.
There was a time when AEW and NXT Black and Gold were head-to-head, and
there
AEW
was a time. It was, but the ratings and the quality... Okay to be fair, once again, AEW did have some quality booking, right? But 3 years later, now we know TK didn't have anything planned after 3 years.
Probably. I mean, he did have, but I think probably a lot of shit went against him. Like, nobody could have predicted Brawl Out. Nobody could have predicted this guy get injured. So, I get it. So, he's probably booking shit on the fly right now. But
let's move on to the, I guess, the main event. Once again, Clash at the Castle, which is happening this upcoming Sunday. If you guys are going to be up watching, I will stream it live on my... Well, I'm not streaming the event, obviously. I'll stream a watch-along on Sunday morning, 12 midnight to 3 a.m. I think I'll be able to be awake for that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm excited to see this event because... Bro, there's a lot of big matches happening, like in my opinion. A lot of things that can change.
You're gonna be up for that?
I will do my best, bro. I mean, I'm a bit conflicted because right now my body clock says yes, but my mind says no. I gotta force myself to sleep like normal timings.
Yes, true. Yeah. It will be a crazy weekend because we have things to do that morning on that Sunday morning as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah. For you, for sure.
I know it's gonna be crazy, but I haven't done a watch along in a while because everything that's happened. So I'm actually excited to do it again, just to hang out with people watching wrestling. But okay, let's get to Clash at the Castle. But before we do that, as always, we have to give a big shout out to Miraj Advisory, our sponsor for the podcast as well. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Guys, do us a favor, drop them a follow on their social media accounts if you haven't already. If you're listening to this on Spotify, it's Miraj Advisory on Instagram.
Yeah, for those of you who watched the podcast a few weeks back, you guys have met him or met them, Daniel and Fyros from Miraj. You kind of seen how legit proper wrestling fans they are.
Yep.
And they are so happy to support this podcast and also, bring up the wrestling community here in Singapore. So all they ask in return, guys, is for you to follow them on their socials, keep up with their stuff as well. And we'll definitely want to have them back on the show, whether we're going to do another review on the podcast or live from a wrestling show in Singapore. So that should be really, really fun. So in the meantime, guys, follow them on their socials and tell them, you came from Kick to the Guy.
Dual destinies, bro. They might be there.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Okay, in the meantime, let's talk about Clash at the Castle in Scotland. And once again, release, this might be their cycle, by the way. Other than the big four, all their pay-per-views are going to be PLEs, overseas events.
I love it. I love a summer run. Just go to all the cities in the world, bro. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Bro.
Finally, they realize, hey, the world, world wrestling entertainment. It's not just USA wrestling entertainment.
Yes. And I think maybe, I do not know whether is it because Vince is such a patriot and he's like very pro-Americana. I remember he used to cut promos like this, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they keep doing stuff in the USA. But I feel that they have mined the market too much.
Yeah,
probably.
For sure. So now that they are doing these big events less in the US, it means more. It goes back to the whole if this is the only chance for you to catch SummerSlam or whatever, then you would definitely pay money to go and watch. And now they're doing 2 nights of SummerSlam, for crying out loud.
Yeah. And you realize the big shows they're still doing in US, but they're making a much bigger deal out of it.
Yes, exactly.
So it's going to be a so-called hotter ticket to catch the show.
TKO, it is what it is. They're just leveraging on this partnership. But okay, let's talk about Clash at the Castle in Scotland, right? You got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Joey Stark. Is there any situation where Bianca and Jade lose the titles? No. Feasibly, no? Okay.
But I don't want Zoe. I rather, personally, for me, it shouldn't have been a 3-way tag team match. Get Zoe and Shayna out of this damn match. We know the hometown crowd is gonna go crazy for Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. But then they get the rub, but Jade and Bianca still win the match. I'd rather you have been a straight up tag team match.
Is it okay? I know why they're there, because they don't want the crowd to boo Bianca and Jade. It's simple math. So Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are there as the hometown favorite, so they'll get cheered, right?
Yep.
Excuse me. Shayna and Zoe Stark are there to take the pinfall from Bianca because they don't want Bianca and Jade to get turned, unfortunately, by pinning the hometown heroes. So it makes perfect sense that I can even tell you what's going to be the finish. Bianca and Jade are going to beat Shayna and Zoe Stark. And the hometown heroes are not going to be part of the finish. It's as simple as that.
Maybe. I mean, so you're saying that they are there just to take the pinfall loss?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I don't dispute your logic. It makes sense.
It's just the most freaking obvious, but okay, I get it. They don't want to...
Wrestling 101. Wrestling 101. How do you feel about them as tag team champions so far?
I think it fits the story that they're doing. Look, we can all agree, as much as they try to push it the women's tag team division is a thing. It's not a thing. It's a prop. It's a prop for Bianca and Jade to tell their story, bide their time while Jade gets better, gets more reps in, maybe for a year or so, before they lose and then somebody turns on somebody.
So is this the modern version of the mega powers exploding? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, because they don't need the titles. The titles don't really mean anything as well.
Yeah. So it's just a year of them building up, both of them.
Before they break up. Yeah.
The inevitable turn.
Yes, and it has to be Bianca turning to give Jade the big rub lah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, Bianca turning heel would be very interesting. And also it refreshes her character as well.
Yes, and you need Jade to get over big. And, you do it at WrestleMania lah. So it's a match that makes sense. It's not going to be an exciting, surprising thing. Bianca and Jade are going to retain.
Yeah. Whether this is the opener, debatable.
Yeah. Sure. I think it might be, but yeah. Okay, let's talk about the other women's match. And once again, another sort of... Wait, is Piper Niven Irish or Scottish? She's Scottish, right?
She's Scottish. So it's her hometown.
Wow, so this will be interesting. Bailey versus Piper Niven. Of course, Piper Niven will have Chelsea Green in her corner.
Yeah. But will people boo Bailey? That's the question.
I think for Piper, yes.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a Rock and Hogan scenario lah. Bizarro land.
What do you think of Bailey's run as champion right now?
I don't blame her. I don't think it's her fault.
Yeah.
But she's been really underutilized. Like they never put the focus or emphasis on her since she became champion.
Yep. She's just there, right? And sometimes you even forget who's the champion.
Yeah, like people are more into Tiffany Stratton. They're more into like now Nia Jax is gunning after her for the title. Yeah.
So this is just a side quest lah. But okay, can they afford Bailey going there and just getting booed for beating Piper Niven, or are they gonna just say, "Oh, it's Bizarro Land," blah blah blah?
Yeah, they're gonna do the whole Bizarro Land thing. Hey, don't forget, man. John Cena was champion, and very early on in his run, he had one night stand against RVD, bro.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
he was booed like a dog, like mercilessly.
If Cena wins, we riot. You know that. Yeah,
that was
the
classic sign. Yeah. So in my opinion, I feel like I think this will test Bailey, or they can use it. They can explain it on commentary as like, oh, Bailey's getting ready, gearing up for Nia Jax or SummerSlam.
By wrestling someone bigger size than her.
Yeah, they're gonna train and fight another big size woman. She's gonna prove that she can beat one,
Yeah. Okay. So the only way this sort of like will get interesting is if they hotshot the title to Piper. And that's the thing. Like, in terms of perceived placement on the card, right? It really does feel like a hot shot, because if Piper wins, it's like it will be a big shock, no?
Yeah. Because she wouldn't win. She can't win. Because it doesn't make sense, right? If she's gonna win, right? Realistically, is she gonna be a heel versus heel match against Nia Jax? No one.
Oh, I mean, Bailey could win it the next time on SmackDown or some shit. Oh
man, but that would devalue her entire damage control storyline, blah blah blah. Okay, I just feel that the it's a foregone conclusion. Bailey's definitely gonna win. It's just that it's gonna be so interesting watching this match, because finally there's gonna be a crowd reaction there, and Piper even has not been hot, but suddenly she's gonna be the biggest deal ever because she's fighting in her hometown.
Correct. So will it be a Piper Niven? I don't know what. Maybe they can have a Scottish song. Then there will be a sing-off between versus whatever Piper Niven song is.
Oh my god. Okay.
Because the crowds in the UK love to sing.
Oh, they love chanting. They will probably have football chants everywhere.
Oh boy.
But one positive thing that can come out from this match is suddenly management is gonna like suddenly look at Piper Niven and like, holy shit, we actually got a gem under our hands.
Yeah.
So I would want that for Piper Niven, because I really feel that she has a lot of potential as well. I think she just hasn't been highlighted. And this is her opportunity, so she's gonna take it with both hands as well, for sure.
Okay, let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. Is it time? Chad has been doing the best work of his career recently. Is it time for Chad? We've talked about it before. I believe that Chad should have won in the previous one, in the triple threat match. I feel like Chad should win the IC title here.
Yeah. There's a lot of so-called uncertainty surrounding this match because, as you all know, Chad Gable's free agency or contract is coming up, and he's, as of now, hasn't resigned yet, right? So feasibly, he could go into this match with his contract already run out and probably extend it just for this match, and after that leave the company.
Oh, I don't see why he would. Like, he's literally on a mega roll right now.
Yeah, but maybe he's delaying signing because he's really knowing that he's leveraged right now. Just trying to get the best deal, right?
Yeah.
My opinion is whatever happens in this match will decide what happens to his career after the fact. Right, if he were to win, then for sure he has resigned and had some mega bumper deal and he's going to go and become the IC champ, right?
Yeah.
But if he's going to lose and drop the title or lose his opportunity after this, it's clear sign that, okay, he knows that WWE is not going to commit to him.
Yeah.
Just tell WWE, okay, I'm out. I'm going to go out. So there's a lot of real life intrigue to me going into this match, right?
Yes,
I do personally love Chad Gable becoming a champion. I think he's way overdue. He needs to be an IC champ. We all love Sami, but as of now, we know that Sami as IC champ is like, whatever. We've already seen this before.
Like his story is over. It's time to move and pass the shine on to Chad, right? And we talked about this before. By passing the title over to Chad, they can move on. Chad now has a built-in feud with Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine. And, there's an actual storyline. Some people are even saying, this entire Alpha Academy storyline is more interesting than the Bloodline right now.
Wow.
So there are fans of this storyline, current storyline. So yeah, you're right. Chad is in a really good spot right now in that he can negotiate.
Bro, crazy thought. Can you imagine Chad Gable versus Otis with this whole storyline?
Yeah.
For the IC championship?
Yeah. No, that is what they should work towards. So now Chad is already a made man, and you need to pass that, shine on. Obviously not right away, it has to be a few more months of Chad being an absolute dick to his team, right?
Yeah.
And then you build up the anticipation of the team turning on Chad.
Bro, and Otis has proven that, he can be a star that connects well with the audience. In 2020, the whole Mandy storyline.
A sympathetic baby face. Yes.
And he won the Money in the Bank, but a lot of people can argue at that point in time he wasn't ready, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's ready for at least a mid-card IC champ run, at least winning it once. I think that would do wonders for his career.
So honestly, I am very much 100% for Chad Gable winning the IC title here.
You know what I think? I think the Scottish fans would be cheering like mad.
I think so too.
Chad winning as well.
I think the internet in general is on Chad's side. Like the fans, we see that he is peak Gable right now.
Yeah. Do you see the Instagram post that he posted out? Apparently he got like an endorsement or like one coffee company sent him a couple of their coffee to him.
Easy.
And you know what's the name of the coffee?
What?
Perk Coffee.
I
swear to God. So he is in on the jokes, guys.
Oh, nice.
In on the jokes.
Div needs to head off, but no worries. Thank you so much for being here. You can catch up on the podcast later lah. But she does want to throw it out there that Damien Priest has to retain because he hasn't reached his maximum influence yet. Okay. We'll get to that.
Okay, we'll talk about it. You can see our thoughts on this. Yeah. Take care, bro.
Which one of these matches will be the main event, the final match? Is it the hometown hero or is it the I Quit match? Do you reckon? So this is an interesting thing, right? Do you put one of these main championship matches to open the card? Can it be Drew Priest opening the card? Cannot be, right?
Actually, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see. Okay, so it depends on how they're gonna book this match, right?
Okay, wait. Do you think that the order of the match dictates what will happen?
Maybe.
Because, wait. Let's talk about the other one. As much as we love AJ Styles, and then Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, he did the whole Mark Henry thing where he teased the retirement, blah, 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 right?
Yeah, that's fun.
And that leads to the I Quit match. Do we truly believe that AJ Styles is going to be the guy that beats Cody Rhodes?
No, we all know that.
So it's very much a foregone conclusion, right? So would you not put that? We know it's going to be a banger of a match. Would you put it in as the very first match then?
Maybe this is AJ Styles' way of really going away. If he were to say I quit, this could be his out for him to disappear and take his break. So this whole storyline about him wanting to quit the business is not 100% real, but it's actually foreshadowing him taking an extended leave of absence from WWE. Probably.
But didn't he already just I feel like he just came back with his jacked ass body.
Yeah, because there was an injury, right?
Yeah.
But he did talk about wanting to be with his family, blah blah blah. So I think he's gonna slow down his career a bit lah. Because if he were to lose and say I quit, right? Character wise, where else is he gonna go?
TNA, right? Bro. TNA. No.
So a lot of people did speculate is this whole Forbidden Door situation can, if he's desperate for gold, could he just go back to TNA and just win the TNA title one more time?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but Cody's definitely gonna win, right? But AJ Styles saying I quit is very, very interesting.
Yeah. How do we okay, so the I Quit stipulation is the stipulation that makes this a very interesting match, right? How do we get around this? How do they get creative with it?
Or how will they end up saying it? That's the question, right?
Oh my God. So that's the thing, right? Cody is such a raging babyface. He can take 10 spears, rock bottom all this. He still won't. He can still kick out. So technically, he will never say I quit.
Like, it's the John Cena problem lah. John Cena, I quit is his specialty match because he will never quit.
Yeah, no, exactly right. No, but this is the thing, and this is what I'm a bit confused about this stipulation. Right, the last true I quit match that I truly remember was Rock Mankind.
Yeah.
And it was the whole thing of, Mankind is this guy that will take all the punishment in the world. He'll fall off a roof and he still won't say I quit. And then they came up with the most nonsense way. Do you remember this one?
Yeah, he voice recorded his I quit,
right? I quit. Then he played the I quit. Wow, that was damn lame. But you know what I mean? Like the I quit stipulation is a very tough one to navigate because, the ramifications of AJ Styles saying I quit, really hurts his character.
Yeah. He wouldn't say it.
So, how do they book themselves out of this? Or where do they go with this?
The only way is he really quit the company lah.
And disappears for an extended amount of time lah.
Yeah, like you said, he doesn't say I quit. He says I'm done.
Oh.
You know
because he can't beat Cody?
Yeah, or maybe he knows that his time is over. Like, he can't be a champion anymore.
So this is a high drama match lah.
Oh, it's cinema. It's gonna be cinema, bro.
All right.
What are you thinking about?
See, my thing is, I feel like this feud, this stipulation hasn't been built up enough. I feel like they had one match in France, and then Cody went and sidetracked a bit with Logan Paul, and then now suddenly, it's I quit.
Yeah, so they got to do a lot of work because they only got one more SmackDown left, so they can't really do much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
does it feel rushed? It feels rushed. The stipulation feels rushed. I know. If this were AEW, they would have had the I Quit match first lah. So at least they got a few weeks of build, right? AEW always book Tombale one, freaking blood and guts first match. Okay, then they start the feud. But I don't know.
Okay, you know what? I think I wouldn't want Cody and AJ to be the final match. I think this should be like the second last match.
Yeah.
AJ go say I quit. It will be a hell of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But then they proceed with the Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre match. It's like the feel good moment.
But how is it? Okay, so that's the other thing, right? Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. How is this a feel-good moment? Because the crowd will be 100% behind Drew McIntyre. He is the guy. So what, is Drew going to win? Is that what you're calling for? Drew winning?
Yeah, of course I'm calling for Drew to win. Okay. When I say it's a feel-good moment, it's a feel-good moment for Drew and the Scottish fans.
Okay.
No one will care about regardless of heel and face, Damian Priest is going to be the baby face. Drew's going to be the heel. But in this scenario, in this environment, it's going to be opposite for sure, right?
Yeah. For sure, 100%. Like, they are going to throw out Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor. Everybody will come and disturb.
Yeah, and Finn is Irish. The Scottish and the Irish don't like each other as well. So there's already, they're going to be the heel, de facto heel, no matter what. Dom is going to get booed.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a pure, everyone's cheering for Drew and Drew's going to win. And I know people are going to say, maybe CM Punk is going to come in and, screw up Drew and all that. Yeah. But I think CM Punk is smart. CM Punk going to give Drew this moment, let him savor it, and then challenge for the title going to SummerSlam.
Is Punk ready? Is he cleared? Is he ready?
I think by SummerSlam he would.
Are we? Yeah, because that is the other thing, right? If Drew were to win now, doesn't Damian Priest's title run look very weak and inconsequential? Because so far, what great feud has he been in?
Didn't he beat who did he beat for?
He beat Jay.
Yeah, he beat Jay, right? In
That's
Backlash.
It.
Yeah.
Like it feels like we are doing Priest dirty if he drops the title so quickly to Drew McIntyre. But to your point, Drew is in a hometown and he has the upcoming feud with CM Punk, which is going to be big money. So I agree that should be for the title, right? But
okay. Let me book my way out of this. let me TK my way out of this. Drew beats Damian clean. CM Punk appears, but CM Punk just stares him down. Maybe after the event, maybe. Yeah. But while CM Punk is playing mind games, he's taking his time to call his shot. Damian is pissed, for losing the title. He demands a rematch. There's still gonna be Money in the Bank. Don't forget, Money in the Bank is still happening in July.
Oh.
So they can have that so-called rematch at Money in the Bank. But then at Money in the Bank, here's my crazy booking.
Oh shit, here we go.
The Judgment Day is gonna turn on Damian Priest. Judgment Day is gonna stay heel. Damian Priest is gonna be the babyface. Finn Balor and Damian Priest is gonna have a rivalry that's gonna spill over into SummerSlam. And then Drew can go and fight CM Punk.
But Priest doesn't have the title anymore. You still dropped him out. You still made him a transitional champion.
I feel that in this moment, he can afford to take that L because I think he needs to sort out the whole Judgment Day situation and then go for the title again.
Bro, be glad that Div is not here.
I waited for the right moment, the moment she left. Then I said these things.
I don't know. I see where you're going with it because, the whole Drew thing definitely is the bigger money draw. But yeah, I feel like we're doing Priest real dirty here by having him lose so fast.
Do you like Priest as champion? That's my question.
It feels forgettable. No, to your point, it feels forgettable. Yeah, but I feel like, he just needs one or two more feuds to get it really going.
Yeah. And so, to your point, he's not ready yet. To me, this championship run is a test run for him in the main event scene. It's not the real one.
So, okay, with Drew, now Drew is still doing his trolling stuff, like on social media, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make more sense to have CM Punk cost Drew this shot?
No, because I feel like CM Punk has done that already. He already had the satisfaction of, screwing with Drew.
Yep.
I think what CM Punk really, really wants is to beat Drew fair and square and get the title from him. I think that's what CM Punk's character would want that.
Right.
Yeah, like let him enjoy this moment because you see, if CM Punk costs the title in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be the biggest heel ever.
in Scotland.
Yeah, in Scotland, yes.
He'll get booed for sure, yeah.
He'll get booed like crazy, right? But I feel WWE is smart and he knows that, okay, that's gonna happen. Let him have that stare down after the match.
Right. And then, people will freak out about that. What if Drew screws himself? They're going on this whole... again, right? Like, they're going on this whole angle where Drew, is going to cost himself the match because he gets distracted because of CM Punk, whatever. Like, I don't know, CM Punk, special guest commentator again? No?
Do you think Drew and Punk needs a title?
No, actually, I don't think they need the title. That's why, but then, like, to your point, if CM Punk somehow costs Drew the title here, he will get booed. So do they want this scene of CM Punk getting booed? I don't think they do, right?
Yeah.
And going back to the placement of the match, I feel like if this kicks off the show, that means Damian Priest is going to win. And then, so you have the Cody Rhodes winning at the end, and that's a big triumphant, go home happy moment. Because remember the last time Drew versus Roman Reigns, and they had to get Tyson Fury in the ring to sing karaoke.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was so bad. And then they didn't even sing a Scottish song. They sing in Made in America. Yeah. They sing an American song. It's so dumb.
It was so weird. It's gonna be an interesting. I don't know how they booked themselves out of this, but I'm excited to watch it. Like I am quite hyped for this.
Bro, my hype level for this is way more than the Saudi Arabia show, even the Backlash. Because Backlash, we didn't know what to expect. And then the French fans came through, right? But I think this event, the match card has got me hyped.
Yeah, there are definitely some very interesting... Okay, to me, the matches that really stand out are all the men, unfortunately. The women, we know the booking. We know it's quite obvious, right?
Yeah.
But I want Chad to win. I want to see how Cody and AJ pull off a great match. And this Drew and Priest is going to be an interesting one.
But conspicuous by the absence, bro. The Bloodline.
The
Bloodline is technically not on the card.
Yeah.
But do you think their presence will be felt? Will they do any Bloodline related angle on the show?
With Cody? As in they try to screw Cody? But you see, here's the problem with the Bloodline, right? They are now more involved with Kevin Owens and that group. So they haven't really messed with Cody.
Yeah. I know. So it's very interesting. We don't know because like that, if they're not involved with Cody, then they're not in the main event. So it's like they're in their own universe doing something.
So you know what? To me, and it's weird, right? Trying to compare this to other TV shows, but it's like season 1 of a show is centered around these two characters, and then maybe 2 seasons later they focus on these two other new main characters. I feel like that's what's happening here. So now this current version of the Bloodline, they're still there, but they're not. It's Solo. We are not saying he's bad, but he's not Roman Reigns.
Yeah. The thing that I'm worried or not worried to me that what's a missed opportunity is they didn't run back Gunther versus Randy Orton. Like that's
Oh yeah.
they didn't follow up on the fact that there was a screwy finish. So from there, I think it's clear that it was a botch.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it was a bot, unfortunately.
So they're gonna just sort of slide it under the carpet and go, oh, nothing happened.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But again, can you imagine Gunther in Scotland? Wow, why didn't they do a match for Gunther there, man? What a
Well, I
waste.
mean, Gunther is like this European only lah. It's not like he's from Scotland. He's Austrian.
Technically, isn't Scotland part of? Is Scotland part of the UK? Sorry, my English,
Yes.
my British. So that means they are not in the EU lah. They are.
Huh? But the UK is out of the EU. What?
Yeah lah. Brexit. I thought it's only England out of EU. Or is it all of the UK, British?
No, to be honest, I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
I don't follow their politics.
but yeah, if anything, I don't know. Maybe he would get booed. Whatever. The point is, we have a nice 5-match card. Remember, this is not AEW. They don't need to like make this a 4-5 hour pay-per-view. It's going to be a nice, good watch for us. 3 hours, and we're done.
Yeah, and for us, our podcast is 2 hours, and we will try to be done as well.
and we will be done. So once again, everybody, thank you so much. Let us know how hyped you are for Clash at the Castle. And once again, if you're going to be up watching, come watch it with me. I'll be doing a watch along on my Twitch channel, Mr. Young GG.
Awesome. And of course, guys, if you guys love what we do, please continue supporting us on Patreon. You want to get some mugs and some merch, please join us on our championship tier.
Yep.
And of course, please support our sponsors as well, yeah?
Absolutely. First of all, our sponsor, Miraj Advisory. Drop them a follow on their Instagram page. Lovely folk who love wrestling and who love supporting what we do as far as wrestling is concerned. But also, our new sponsor, well, not really new, returning, I suppose, Lemaq.
Yeah, man, Lemaq is back. They are back and fully on board. Please support them, not just on their socials, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok. But hey, they have an official pop-up store, permanent pop-up store at Arab Street. I believe, did they put it on their Instagram, like where exactly in Arab Street?
There we go. My Kampong Village at 110 Arab Street. There you go. This is the one right here.
Correct. So it's pretty near the Sultan Mosque. Okay, everyone knows the area, Kampong Glam area. So if you're for any chance walking by there, chilling there, getting, like dinner or what, having dinner plans, go drop by Lemaq and say hi to them. Say that, Kit Regat send them, and they'll be very, very happy to, let you guys try their jongkong. Their jongkong is so amazing, and as well as their other, Indonesian dishes as well.
Bro, this is making me so hungry. I haven't even had my lunch yet, so I need to go and settle something. Maybe I go and look for them. I'm going to drive to Arab Street right now.
Yeah, man. Hey, not just if you don't want to drive, you want them to order over to your place, also can. No problem. You can take care of that as well.
Hey, they got at Anchor Point, Clarke Quay, Bedok North also.
Yeah, Bedok North is their main store. I think their main hawker store.
I see.
But I believe the rest are all like
Pop-ups.
temporary pop-up stores. Yes.
Just follow their social media to stay up to date as to where they are. Very simple.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I shout out to you guys because I know a couple of you have sent inquiries like, hey, I want to learn more. Is Lemaq in the west side? Unfortunately, no, not yet. But hey, I think going to Bugis is really a huge step as well. So they're in the center of Singapore. So come over, go check out some Lemaq.
Absolutely. In the meantime, once again, thank you so much for watching the podcast. As always, follow us on our other socials. All links are in the description, and we'll be back very soon for a review of WWE Clash at the Castle. Of course, the next episode, we might have some guests. You never know. And there's so many local wrestling events that are happening really soon. The Dual Destinies later on this month also from Grapple Max.
Yes. I believe next week, Monday, is a Hari Raya Haji.
Yes.
So we do not know whether we want to do the podcast live on that day, since most people are going to be at home. So we'll let you guys know on our socials as well. So keep to date on our next episode's release date, yeah?
Absolutely. In the meantime, as always, it's Mr. Young.
And it's Foreign in the building.